Okay, now let's bring in the first of tonight's two all-star panels now. And I am joined tonight by former Labour Senator Graham Richardson and former Liberal Senator and Sky News host Amanda Stoker. Now, it's just Amanda Stoker here tonight, sorry. And I want to start out, Amanda, just by talking to you a bit more about The Voice and Bill Shorten. Now, Bill Shorten has taken aim at opposition leader Peter Dutton after he quite rightly called for more detail on The Voice in an open letter to the Prime Minister. We were just speaking about that a moment ago. But have a listen to what Bill Shorten had to say.
There's plenty of detail out there, and I think some in the opposition just need to prioritise first Australians rather than their own political goals.
Now, Amanda, the government is so quick to say that anyone who dares speak a bad word about The Voice or even questions it doesn't care about Indigenous people. Surely that is nonsense. I mean, what do you make of this kind of virtue signaling but also baiting and gaslighting of people on this issue?
Look, if for Peter Dutton to ask who's going to be on it, what's it going to look like, how often's it going to meet, what's it going to do to the way that our Constitution is interpreted, amounts to anything other than just being a responsible adult in the position that he's in, well, then people have lost the plot entirely. It is his sworn responsibility to work out what this thing is going to do before he provides guidance either to the party room or to the Australian public more generally about how it should be handled. And the suggestion that to ask those sensible, prudent, careful questions about something as important as Australia's Indigenous people, their representation and the Constitution that unites us all, these things have to be asked and they have to be answered.
Indeed, but I want to bring in Graham Richardson now, one of the great all-time strategists of the Labour Party. I'd love to ask you what you think your thoughts are on the strategy that Labour is running here, because it seems to me like they've gone really, really hard and really, really fast, and they're just relying on some sort of momentum of goodwill and, to heck with anybody who has any questions about it. What do you think that they've gotten in a little over their head on this with their response to people with legitimate questions about this?
Yeah, well, I think they've certainly raced too far, way too quickly. And I think they ought to take a deep breath before they take any more steps forward. I think they've left Australia behind. I think on this question, Labor are way out in front and the country's behind saying, listen, where are you blokes going? I think it's been a bit, it's been poorly handled. And I think there's been too much taking for granted that all Labor people will just follow the line. I think on a question like this, a lot of people have their own views. I've got mine. I'm not real keen on The Voice. I never have been. And so I find myself in that sense in a politically difficult position.